Not 2 o'clock, right? I'm not late. Hi, Doe. You've been here for 30 minutes now. Did I mess something up? Pretty sure it was 2:30. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh, shoo! I was late. Whoopsies. Oh, snap. I thought it was at 2:30, not 2. I'm live now. I've been just waiting here. Oh my goodness. My bad, everyone. I gotta get the Twitch link here. Wow. People must have been very confused today. Hi, Revi. Yeah, I know. First, second. I just talked to my sound guy, Revi, so things are coming along. We're gonna get our first loop soon. I hope that image or mood board or whatever is coming along nicely for you as well. I'm ready to get that game playable on the computer so I can get more people to play soon. That's the hope here. My goodness. Nice, good to hear, yeah. Late as. Yeah, I thought I misunderstood the stream schedule. For some reason it said 2:30 p.m. on my phone. And so I was like, oh, I guess it's 2:30 p.m., which is weird. I guess I'm here. YouTube link. Let's see if I can figure that out. Oh man, 30 minutes. I wonder how many people were over here chilling, waiting. I was like, where's this guy? Yeah, I thought I was about to be early here. I was actually... our friend's server for Satisfactory is right now not synced with the recent patch, so I can't play there. So I was just kind of chilling, playing my own version of it. Solo, in fact. Satisfactory's been bane of my life right now. I don't want to do anything else except that. Which is perfect timing. Ah, Mikori with the early redemption of that exercise wheel. Doe, are you here? Are you here, Doe? I'm sorry. Revi says I've been staying away from it. Yeah, Revi's in that server with me, so... I'm making this, like, really pretty structure on the oil field up on the northeast. I'm gonna spin the wheel here in a bit. Just give me a second. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. Revi says, that said, I've also neglected 2D and have only been doing 3D. Lol. I mean, 3D is fun. If you want to do something with that, I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing. But here we are, Mikori. Spin just for you. Add viewer's name in the game. Alright, well, Mikori, you're part of the game now. Let's see, how should I add you? That's a real question. Revi says, I don't know how to... The redeem I added, yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how Incredible got his role in the game. The radio ops, or comm ops. Let's see, should we add you as a role? That could be interesting. Or do you want to be part of some sort of NPC that gives part of it? Story. I mean, it could be... I think later we could just be like, hey, here's a special names for these roles. How do we represent Mikori is the real question here. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Mikori says, I cause fires. Muhaha, JK, lol. Maybe it can be. Maybe that's your downside. When you become when you get psychosis, you get what do you call? You become an arson. Pyromania, yeah. Hi, Doe. Thanks for being here and on YouTube side. Revi says we should have a random name generator for the characters. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the idea. I want to do that for sure, and then have one of the names be a viewer's name for sure. Whenever we add it, but I also want to make it so that the viewers are very tied to a specific character as well. So I'm gonna take note so I don't forget. Let's see. We're gonna have. Let's see. For now, I will add special names here. On special names could be array of string, and then we can figure out what to do with it later. And then Mikori, right? Yeah. But at least I'll remember to keep you in there. I do like the whole arson idea. That could be the psychosis. The Mikori psychosis would be like the pyromania. If I am tasked for radio, I'll 100% ignore the distress call. Keck. 100%. So don't assign you there, I suppose. I also want antsy. I thought about this. Okay, so like that psychosis for antsy. If you're antsy, you get stressed or lose health. If you get stressed or lose health if you have action remaining at the end of the day, type of thing. A lot of interesting things coming up. I think those could be fun. I'm excited for the psychosis mechanics. But anyways, here we are. Okay, so we're gonna get some real serious work done so far. I was able to add some few things. I have something like this. Off stream. I didn't get to work too much. Oh, by the way, is the music too loud? Let me know if the music is too loud. But so you have these, like, I can add random crew. So I made it so that you can do that. And this is a debug option. So like, for example, if I turn off debug and then start the game, obviously the buttons are not there. And I started making the state manager. So there's it shows the current state on the little state window, and if I say new game right now, it's broken. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let's see, what was the error here? The local function parameter name is shadowing an already declared, so it should be called name. It should be underscore name, I think. And then this one says the parameter game state manager is never used in the function enter. Yes, I get it. It will eventually be used. I suppose I could just do it like this. It might freak out, but we'll see. And it's right now, new state action. Is get index 0, current state. State actions. Current state. Oh, value. I gotta do value here. There you go. Maybe a tiny bit too loud compared to your voice. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can lower it on the. Not there. Over here. Okay. How about this? Is it better? A lot quieter now. I mean, I do a little bit of testing before, but new state enter is in base nil. New state action is nil. State node. Oh, start game. So I'm doing the kind of state management thing where the state manager does like the handling of the states, but each state is defined as a child of state node. And then it has enter, check transition, and exit. Which is a very like vanilla way of doing state management. No like a mapping or anything, but it'll work so that I can define what each state does independently without having to worry about. A little advanced, I guess, in some ways. It's been fun here. Is it still too loud? How's the music now? I decided to do music because sometimes it's like too quiet here. And sometimes it makes it for like easier chill time if not doing anything. I think it's okay. I mean, maybe the type of music is a little bit loud, but let me know, Mikori, if it's still too loud. I lowered it a little bit. All right. Anyways, so we got some state here. A few things I need to figure out. Look at all these states I had to create. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to need more or if this is all, but you can see start game, select crew, start date, day upkeep, start player turn, wait player action. I mean, this is like a more exploded version of the turn order we had organized on the game. Sounds good now, like just some nice background music, but your voice is the prominent thing, so it's good. Great, that's good to hear. But definitely we do want to get this coding going. Revi, I hope while you have me on the background, although I guess it's not the weekend, huh? It's Thursday, so you might be working. Oh, so I guess you can't be chilling with me, just working on the art. I'm looking forward to it though. We talked about like Treasure Planet as inspo with the music person. Freddie is his name, by the way, from UK. He might be here actually. Hi, if you're here. Hi, Tyler. What's up? I'm actually coding the game now. But I was saying, with the artist, who is Revi, who's on the stream right now, we talked about Treasure Planet as kind of like the aesthetic mood board. For the audio mood board, we were talking about, after especially having read The Temple yesterday, I think I was thinking like Interstellar, and also I keep saying Prometheus because it's right, but then like Prometheus is a little bit too intense in an action way. So less action, but more psychological. So Interstellar, and what else did I use as an example? There was one more thing. There was something. I forgot. Oh, I gave an example. I thought it was perfect. Anyways, but yeah, we're leaning towards orchestral music. So right now, the first one's gonna be, I said let's make a kind of basic loopable, normal voyage background and see what needs arise, and then we'll think about it. Corey says, don't forget to add the emotion you want the person to feel. That really helps with the music prod. Yeah, exactly. I definitely want that. The whole thing was that the main central focus is like isolation, lonely, and then the whole intensity of like feeling of aggravation and managing people. So anyway, so we can do random crew add. That's fine. Now I'm going to add what happens at the start of the game. At the start of the game, probably just do some sort of cleanup, right? So, and then the check transition, as soon as the enter has been executed, it becomes start game. During the check transition, it's going to immediately transfer. It's going to immediately set to the next one, which is state manager, current state equals the next one, which is select crew, right? Which will be a game state manager states select crew. So it's going there. No other action on the exit, nothing to clean. So we're going to make a new node here. That's going to be called, we're going to select crew state. This is my first time doing this type of state manager implementation, so I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to work out. I mean, it can go either way. There's going to be a lot. It definitely helps with separating some of the state actions. So first thing I'm going to do here during the select crew, I think what it needs to do is that it needs to go into, well, start select crew, I guess, is more appropriate. So it'll go start crew selection. And then you can see, I'll change type, rename this, start select crew. And I believe I probably should rename this. I'm going to detach first. Sometimes if you change the name of the file that things are attached to, it gets kind of finicky. I know it's not supposed to go finicky and I'm supposed to just be able to trust on it, but I don't want to have to debug that later. So we got rename. Let's start select crew. Right now, nothing happens. It just goes immediately to... I think start select crew is exactly where... I think this would be the state where... player chooses random crew or hand picked crew. So this, when we're in select crew mode, we're going to respond in a certain way. So we got game state here. I believe I made it so that there is a variable called state variables here. So I think the way I'm trying to operate is that the state manager and the states messes with the state variables only. So this is used as a game data. And then the main game just keep looping and see what flags are on. And based on what flags are on, they behave differently. So it's like they're independent, right? So the main game can display certain menu or display certain information if, you know, certain flags are flipped on. So we're going to have probably like page, I guess, var page, view page, or main panel page, and it's going to be a bunch of different page options. Current page. So we're going to flip through different pages where pages are different screen mode. And during the select crew, we're going to have probably select crew. So that means over here, when it enters, it's going to say, hey, state manager, what is it? Jeez. Hey, why won't you autocorrect? Oh, it's because start select crew. Is there two select crews here? No. Start day upkeep. Okay, there was an extra case. So that's not broken anymore. All right. I hope everybody who joined the game jam are actually somewhat working on the game one way or another. I mean, at least you can pace with what I'm doing, right? Obviously, I haven't really started on the game implement until today, and it's been a week. So let's see if I can pace it properly. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks left. So I think I really want to get the basic playable version with the basic music and sound and art done by 24th, Tuesday. That'll be ideal. And then we can play it and iterate one every 3 days. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last week would be marketing push. So 5 iteration is pretty good, I think. Though I don't know if that's like, sometimes artistically speaking, that is not a relevant or realistic goal. So we'll see. Anyways, we have that over here. What I want to do is state manager, game state variable, and you can access current page. And I'm going to set that current page to crew selection, right? And on the main page, I mean, these are little things you can call. I guess add random crew, where I'm doing the adding panel, is a direct call. We'll see. We'll see if we're gonna need this, but not on ready. Here, I'm probably going to have a function where it's like show page, or yeah, show page, and then page name. We're gonna have string here. And I don't know if I want to take this. Maybe it should be like show crew selection page, something like that, right? And then it's going to be some sort of implementation. And during the process, or maybe it is not during the process, because what happens is that whenever the state changes, I think it should be a process. Func process. If state manager game state variable current page equals page name. What are we saying? Page name is select crew, right? Is that what we're calling it? Maybe page should be enum crew selection. Yeah, maybe it could be an enum crew selection, or a constant at least. Maybe it could be static variable of something called page. Yeah. You know what? I could do this here. New folder, crew selection, and then call. It might look like some scene here. Let's see. Why a process? Aqua Ambient says. Where Void also says, IRL been late, crazy, haven't been gotten the project structure started. No, it's okay. I mean, you know, whatever it takes. Doe says, I withdrew from the project because of the C, because I hate mathematics. Okay. Aqua Ambient says, why the process, right? So I don't know where I got this habit. There's something, it feels decoupled to me. It feels more decoupled to me if a entity simply responds automatically to a thing. It's almost like polling. To me, using process is polling, right? Polling event. So I could say, hey, this change or some of the changes should only happen when they call it, right? And that's strongly coupled, in my opinion, because that means other entities like the state manager or even other pages have to manually understand what it means to show a specific page, right? It's like, hey, at this point in time, I want to show blah, blah, blah. So then you call it, which is clean. It's very tight. But problem with that approach for me is that oftentimes I find myself very restricted and forgetful of like, oh, have I implemented that already? It's also like once this page, this main game logic gets bloated, you get a lot of methods where you start to get little duplicates, or like the naming becomes confusing. Because even if I'm naming it, sometimes it gets thousands of lines long, it gets confusing. As opposed to being like, hey, well, here's a chunk of, here's a chunk of variables. And all you're doing is like, hey, this is about, you know, a game, like overall game control flags versus like, oh, individual like play data, player data flags, and then be like, oh, a crew data variables. it's easier for me to manage. It feels like it's easier for me to manage to have all the game-dependent variables to be on the single place. That way also I can save this easily, right? When I have save game, I can just save it. And when I'm loading, that's another thing. When I'm later loading these resources in order to do a load game data, if you tightly couple certain actions and showing stuff into a method that other people need to call, like the loader needs to call, oh, show this page because, you know, this blah, blah, blah. Instead, like if I have it in process, which means I need to implement the logic in a way that no matter what order things happen, it needs to be error-free. So I'm focusing on it in a flexible way, is how I see it. It's a long way to say I feel more comfortable doing this because it feels less coupled. I don't know if it's true, but it's easier for me to think. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know what that emote means. I think it's a smile. Mikori says, because you are late. Oh my gosh. Another wheel of exercise redeemed by Mikori. All right. I didn't know I was late. All right. Where is it? There it is. Aquambian says, you should put it all in if statement, all of it. You know it. You know that's the way to do it. Oh, 5 piked push-ups coming right up. You know, honestly, as much as we meme and say, hey, that like game development is scaffolded by all the if statements, you know, if it works, it works. Now, problem with the if and if else is that it's not the most efficient way to branching. See, I could have chosen to do if statement. I'm not taking you seriously, by the way, when you say that, but I'm still explaining. So I could have done like if statement here where I say, hey, if it is start game state, you know, execute this node. But I'm doing a dictionary approach where I'm immediately accessing the node and callable via the keyway. So I don't have to go through the branches of different states, which is interesting. All right. Mikori says, make it all a giant switch case statement where in checking a variable, then resetting it at the end. Yeah. I mean, you joke, but that's not so uncommon of an approach to solve that issue in game development. All right. Quick piked push-ups. 5 of them. Ugh. I am sore, though. I don't know why. Oh, my goodness. We all love pike push-ups because it shows off my assets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! I actually don't know if I'm doing the pike push-ups correctly or not, if that's the right form. I just kind of stick my butt up and then try to keep it and imagine that I'm doing an overhead press, except upside down. Aqua Ambient says, looks like the assets failed to render in game. Jeez. My assets are all here with us. I promise. Yeah. JK heart. I take no offense. I'm kind of proud of my glutes. Mikuri says, I just noticed, is the computer in the background the one streaming playing the music? No, it's not. I just like the image. I can't actually literally use that music on the lo-fi one. But that would be cool if that's how it works. Like, I have a separate machine for it. No, it's just background image. That feels nice. But yeah. Whew, okay, what do we have here? So, I'm gonna do this here. Hey, what happened to my process? Did I make process? Okay, we got process. We got delta, which is a float. And what I was saying here is that process is going to pay attention to the pages, right? It's going to be like, hey, page. And it'll be just showing pages. So if, and I don't want to if case all this. So I'm going to say probably have a keyed pages. So, ooh, you know what? I'm not going to make a separate file for it. I'm going to keep it here. We're going to have a constant of like some sort of, it probably can't be. It'll have to be on ready. Because for example, we're going to have canvas layer here and probably some sort of container or control that's like, oh, this is the select crew page or something like that. Or it could even be over out in the here like that, right? So if I have select crew page, for example, and then I would have something like on ready var, it's going to be key to page name to the actual node, right? Yeah, so I was pausing to think like, should I instantiate it only when it gets called? But I think it's small enough where I can keep it instantiated and keep it invisible. And I'll say something like var page name to node, something like that, which is a dictionary, which I'm excited about the type dictionary that's coming up on the next release. I can't wait for that to come live. That's something that I'm really excited for. And then it'll be something like this, right? And that way I can say, hey, node, and then let's say var current page equals, or page name to be specific, state manager, state variable, and then I say current page, right? I think it's called current page, game state variables. Current page, yeah. By no means is my approach the best approach for everything, but, you know, we make do with what we got. And so, like, oh, I closed a bunch of windows. It's a current page name here. I mean, I don't know why it's not auto-completing, though. I mean, it should know. I don't know. Anyways. And then I can say, hey, is visible. Oops, something like that. Say visible equals true or something like that. I don't know. Something along the lines. This also means it doesn't turn off other pages. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to do that here. Func. Close page. Func. Open page. Or show page. And then it's going to say page name. And then page name. The idea is if it doesn't match, that means I got to close the previous page. Which I guess... Should I keep track? I suppose it'll contain its own status, right? The page status. Open page. Which will be string. It's going to just open page. Then before setting it visible, I'll say open page equals current page name. And then it's going to turn this on. And then show pages, what happens there. And I'll say show page, current page name, like that. Page name. I think that could be an interesting approach to all this. Open page equals page name. And then current page. Yeah. I'm setting it visible and then keeping it. And it's called that open page name here instead of open page. All right. Let's see if it'll be a nightmare for sync. Let's see. Mikori, we're void. Is Barry Allen here? Mikori says, wait, so is the entire game going to be in the main script? Also, do you plan to add Steam stuff to the game, like achievements? You know what? I have never done that before, so I don't know what that's going to be like. Maybe. I really want to do them. I feel like the big thing about games these days is having those Steam achievements, so I feel like I should do that. Which means I need to look into Steam API and how that works with this guy right here. So, good-o. I'm not sure. It wasn't initially in my thought process of, it wasn't in the realm of what I needed to take care of in my head. So maybe I won't do it, but we'll see. Is the entire game going to be in the main script? It's not. I don't think so. So for example, like showing a page. So it's not going to be in the single script, right? For example, showing a page and how that works, that page works, is going to be two separate things, right? The main is handling, hey, I'm going to show a select crew page. But once the select crew page comes live, it's going to handle its own logic, right? Like it's going to be the crew selection page's job to handle what that means. And they're going to close. I think I'm basically, that's the approach I did with my gym management game too. So that's what I'm thinking here. Close page, I think it's just, so for now it just means open page equals this, and then page name becomes visible equals false. Close current page. Instead of taking page name, it's going to say open page name here, like that. Right. All right, and then maybe this can be on top here, like so. And then now we're gonna have crew selection, which is its own thing, right? Now I think it's still a UI, right? So I think what it's going to have is it's going to have its own canvas layer as well. So for example, if I were to say, hey, select crew page as its own branch. I'm not sure if it should be control, but for now, it's probably should be canvas layer, but that I can decide on that once I create the scene here. Let me just message my scene. Let's see. So now I'm in here, and I can treat this as a full screen. Actually, maybe that itself doesn't have to be in canvas layer itself. Maybe it is some sort of controller container that just does full rect on the layout. So I guess it should be container. Change type. Say container. And then it'll start as full rect. So it fits exactly full on the entire window. Doe redeemed Wheel of Exercise. Yay, it's time for exercise again. Man, 3 redeem in a day. Luckily, the first one wasn't that intense. That wasn't an exercise at all. And then the second one was just short one. So here we are. We got a lot of non-exercises in here. Mikori says, I just thought about this. Oh, sing for 2 minutes. Y'all really want that? I don't think you want that. Mikori says, I just thought about this, but when you're playing against someone in an FPS game, 1v1, at the end of the game, does the other person say GG easy? In games in general? I mean, that's like a common meme, right? What people do. That's like an old school thing where GG easy was like the common insult. Like I remember after having played like League game or StarCraft, like people would always be like GG easy. Unless they're like mature and nice people and they're like GG easy is only if you're like heated or if you're playing with your friends, I feel like. But yeah, Doe, I gotta sing for 2 minutes. Do you actually want this? All right, I'll take requests of like Korean song or go look for some English song, right? What other song should I sing? Oh my gosh. I'm out of music. I'm also feeling a little stuffy and thirsty, so I don't know if I can do this. Also, I don't know any like modern K-pop, so it's always going to be old school Korean song. Aquambient says, I'm old. I only say GG. Yeah, same here. Mikori says, in this case, it's not GG easy, but GG as, short for Ezra. Yeah, no, actually, that joke has been told to me a bit before. Sing what you want. All right. I have to sing for 2 minutes. I don't know if it's strict for 2 minutes. I think it should just be like sing in general. 2-minute timer. Let's see. I mean, Korean songs are easier for me, but I only sing really old songs, so it's like vibe-wise, it's gonna feel off. Let's see. I'm not gonna whip out my guitar either, so I need to do something that's like not awkward to sing a cappella. All right, let's see. I can do nothing jumpy either. I'm gonna do something calmer. There's an artist called Lee Moon-se, which is like an old school person, which I often, or I could do Ijuk. Here. I might actually mess up the melody because, you know, I don't remember it that well. Aquambient says, and I say, hey, yay, yeah. I don't know what that is, but let me get some water, okay? I'm probably the only developer stream that sings in the middle of stream. Oh, Havenstad, thanks for the follow. Hey, we met another follower goal. That's great. I love it. Thanks for the heart reactions here. But I gotta sing here. I'm gonna do some singing. 2-minute timer here. I gotta stop the song. I don't like. Doe says stream is now party. It's a party? I don't know how to sing party songs. Anyways, I'm not gonna drag this on too long because I gotta get back to developing. So here it goes. I'm not cheating when I click on the timer first, okay? Here it is. It's called 걱정 말아요 그대 by well, it's originally by an old school band, but the artist called Ijeok reprised it for a drama. Yeah. We all love a Korean drama, don't we? Here. I believe exercise wheel is always a full screen. Still embarrassing. I do not like. Um, mom's here. Just in time. Just in time for singing. Ugh. Oh wait, I can't do that because I gotta show my timer. Prove that actually do 2 minutes. Here we go. Now it's even more embarrassing now that my mom's here. Okay, here he is. It goes. 그대여 아무 걱정하지 말아요. 우리 함께 노래합시다. 그대 아픈 기억들 모두 그대여. 그대 가슴에 깊이 묻어버리고 지나간 것은 지나간 대로 그런 의미가 있죠. 떠난 이에게 노래하세요. 후회 없이 사랑했노라 말해요. 그대는 너무 힘든 일이 많았죠. 새로움을 잃어버렸죠. 그대 슬픈 얘기들 모두 그대여. 그대 탓으로 훌훌 털어버리고 지나간 것은 지나간 대로 그런 의미가 있죠. 우리 다 함께 노래합시다. 후회 없이 꿈을 꾸었단 말이에요. 지나간 것은 지나간 대로 Alright. That's it. Thanks everyone. That was my little wheel of exercise. I guess vocal exercise is still an exercise. People believe in. Let's see. Tyler says, damn dude, could have been a singer, but instead went with the game. No, I couldn't have. But thanks for the what do you call? Encouragement. What do we got here? We got people partying. Doe says, I'll die and I'll not sing in front of my mother. Aqua Vian with the little emotes. A lot of emote. 10 out of 10, Mikori says. Voice says, thank you. That was a little fun moment. It's good to let out your air out of your lung every now and then. Anyways, all right, so back to game development. Aquambian says, I don't know what you sang, but I'm going to call my mom now. Well, that's appropriate. Maybe I got the emotion communicated through the across language. It's interesting lyric. It's a very touching lyrics for sure. It talks about it's basically saying like, I know things are like difficult. You've gone through a lot, but let's like live without regret together type of situation. Let's see. Let's see. We are void. Da, 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 da. All right. Actual thing. Select crew page. So nothing complicated. I don't want to get too crazy with this. What I'm looking for is I want all the options to show up, right? And then select from there. Let's see. I kind of want full body option. So definitely there needs to be a list of names. And then once you click, an image and the description should pop up. And then, yeah, if you click it, it highlights it. If you click it again, it unhighlights it, I think is the idea here. Right? I think that's what we want to do. So let's first, I'm going to say on the left side, I'm going to grab the names, or I'm going to display the names. So we're going to have some vertical box container here. And it's going to be on the container sizing. I suppose I can't really park it anywhere. I suppose this shouldn't be a container. Oh, I suppose it's not. I guess this should actually be just control straight up. So change type, we're going to do control here. And then VBucks container is actually going to get the position anchored to the top left. I wonder if I can make it so that, yeah, go top left. And from the top left, oh, actually, it should be margin container first, because I want it is anchored to the top left. I want the margin to push it out. So I'm gonna do margin container here, and gonna add left margin of about like 25 pixels and top margin of 25 pixels here, and then add a VBox, I suppose. You can see right here. And then a bunch of buttons. Should it be buttons? What if it's just like, you know what? I'm going to just do check marks. It's a little funny, but I think that works still. Flow container. We're going to have horizontal flow, which is going to have check mark and then the label. I'm not trying to get fancy here. VBox, I think obviously we want to set the minimum size still though. We want it to be, let's say 100 by 200, something like that. Maybe 150 by 200. Maybe not checkbox. Maybe it's the flip little toggle. I know it's gonna change in the real game. We're gonna have actual image representation, but it's funny because part of me thinks it's kind of funny to have these like very much like office or like tool like UI for a game, because it really, for example, it's gonna be like this, right, where you just go boop boop, where you really emphasize the feeling of what do you call managing. Yeah, I wonder if I can do like outline. Is that something I can do? I wonder if I can, if I just do like, I suppose if I made it a panel, in my work. Right, panel says container that keeps its child control within the area of style box. So you can stylize it with the style box with the panel. Aquaman says, hey, I gotta go, but thanks for the good time. GG chat. GG. Bye. Thanks for hanging. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm not gonna even try to do the outline and all that. I'm just gonna do this. So this is going to be crew selection here. We have the crew page. I don't want to. Oh no, it's like I'm struggling here a little bit because I'm like I don't want to put too much effort, but at base there's a certain amount of effort I need to make. Like I cannot avoid making any effort all the time. VBox container. So I think I'm gonna make this a. It's going to be. What is it called? It's. I kind of want to. There's a margin container for sure, but I think the whole thing needs to be under control, so I can group them like so. And layout. Oh, you can actually anchor the control itself. Interesting. Interesting. What if I make it so that $259. So what if I make it so that the minimum is inherited here? So it's gonna position's gonna be full rect of the control here. And then the anchor is going to decide the size of whatever is underneath, or the control is going to decide what's underneath. Reason I'm doing this is because I want these name of the container to retain their function so I can easily see what they are doing. But then I also want the grouping where I can say this is like selection options, right? Like that. And then selection options will be top left. And then I'm going to give it a minimum size of 250 and 200 or something like that, right? 300, something like that. Yeah. Now these are the items. These little HFlow containers are the items representing now I could programmatically say, hey, spawn these by grabbing what's under the cruise data. I could do that. Or I could just manually do it. I feel like I should do that because it's going to get complicated real quick. So on ready, I think, of the options, attach script, select options, which will be under crew selection. Class name, selection options, or crew selection options, I guess. Crew selection options. What they're going to do is on ready, I want to add instantiation of these things, which I should probably save as crew option button. And I'm going to have const crew option button scene, which will be preloaded versions of the button. We did it. Thanks for all the support. 10 out of 10. What is it? Did somebody do something? Oh, hi. Wait, I made my sub goal? What? Hey, hi, Freddy. Welcome. I recognize your username. But Kernel Game, thanks. Thank you for the sub. That's awesome. I never thought I would reach the sub goal. I mean, wow. Look at us. Look at us go. 10. That's 10 more than I could ever imagine. I know some people who has subbed before on Twitch using their Prime. It's run out. So that's not what it says in total. But hey, we reached our goal. That's amazing. Does it automatically start a new goal? Your new subs goal of 10 was just completed. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for the support. That's great. Curdle Games. Welcome. We need to really start making emotes for the subs now. More emotes. Barry Allen, right? All right. So unready, what are we doing here? I really wish I could just play the chill hop background music, but I know for a fact that YouTube flags me every time. Even though after a while they're like, never mind. It's such a headache every time that happens, so I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right. So we have the button here. We're going to definitely instantiate it, but I think the instantiation should rely on the data. So I suppose we're going to get some crew resource helper out. And we're going to say static function get all crews, or get available. Should I say available? I guess I'll just say get all crews. Crew. And then it'll be probably array of... I don't know if it's going to return the crew self. I suppose it'll return the resource here. Crew resource. And that's just simply a return of the resources, since they are what they are. And here I would say get all crews. So I'll say for crew in crews. I'll create instantiate var option button equals this. And then I'll probably have to make it so that the button is now labeled. So we're going to create, not change type, attach new script that says crew option button. And way we're going to do this is crew option button. I want to be able to say var name, or name shouldn't be reused because name is an already existing thing. So we would say var crew type, which is string. And when that value is set, immediately set the label to be value along with crew type being that. Only thing is, this is happening before the data has been readied. So the way I like to do this is actually having a dirty flag instead of being like, oh, hey, wait on the wait on the update or something. But I actually don't like doing that. I prefer this approach because it feels less error prone. I don't know if it's actually true or not. It just my intuition tells me that this is less error prone than if I were to, and it's less hectic than just being like, hey, is node ready? Or it's like, you know, if is node ready, you know, await ready. You know, this is something that people do. The problem with this is like, oh, then like if you do it in a certain order, things get stuck here and never move on. So I prefer this instead. Prefer to do this here. Once the node is ready. We're really struggling with this background music right now, it seems. But yeah, if node is ready and is dirty, update the label to text equals the crew type. And I suppose the checkbox by default should be false. So I'm guessing it is flipped off already. Cool. And then theme, I don't know about theme, but layout is probably just inherit or full rect. And that will just give this image right here. Cool. So what I want to do here now is I instantiated it, and I'm going to say crew type equals crew's crew type. Set the value. Now that the value has been set, I want to add this as a child of the node, appropriate node, which is under select option. It's right here, right? So on ready, option button container, which is going to be a var. Then grab that right there. And I'll say it's one of these. And then I'll add that as a child. And this happens on ready, so I don't think I need to worry about clean too much. So it gets immediately added. Oh, option button, I mean. So now I have a bunch of options on start. That's representative of every single crew resource that's available. Right now I didn't set it to invisible, so right now it should show up if I play it immediately, I think. And it says, this is not something you can do. Invalid access property key current page on base object. Right, it's nil. I suppose I need to give a default value here. Like so. And then it says still nil. Oh, interesting. It's because it's never got instantiated. Because I never started it. Whoops. I suppose if pass. Suppose this is one way to do it. It's still coming through. Interesting. State manager. What's going on here? It's on ready. Main says state manager. Current page. This is not set yet. I think by default, actually, game state needs to be new version of it. There you go. And then now invalid access to property key of type string on base object of dictionary. Page of string. Invalid access to property. Is it saying is visible doesn't exist? I suppose I could do that. Weird. The music got weird just now, so I was surprised. Oh, I see. Okay. So current page doesn't exist because it's empty. Page name to node. Right, gotta do that. Let's see if that works. Hey, there we go. We got citizen, comms operator, cook, engineer, navigator, researcher, sailor, and soldier. Awesome. We got the check marks. Sure. Nice. So they got to add it. Everything is off. I got to make it so that these get disabled if 3 or more is enabled, I think. Weird Voice says, I'm trying to write something down for the jam. Oh, like the idea? Hi, Portia. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for swinging by. Everybody's here. My mom's here, too. I don't know if my mom's still watching at this hour. I don't know. Anyways, where were we? So, okay, so option button, we got the options. Can you talk about it a little bit, Void? About the idea, what you're writing, what you're trying to write? Are you doing the same process that I was doing earlier? I guess earlier in the week. Freddy, if you're still around, by the way, we talked about you a little bit. Not directly. We were just saying that I was talking with the artist, musician, or the sound designer earlier, and how we talked about Interstellar and blah blah blah. I couldn't, for the love of life, couldn't recall what the other inspiration was. Like, not the Interstellar. I said Interstellar and something, but I can't remember it. Hey, Fresh Produce Overwatch, I guess? Thanks for the follow. Prometheus. Okay, yeah. That's good. That's what I wanted to say. Interesting. I feel like I haven't been getting the alert sounds. Have you guys been seeing the follow alert and then the sub alert? Because I feel like I haven't seen it. It didn't show up for me. Alert box is there. Let me test it here. Follow. Oh, it's not working. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm working without an alert today. I'm sorry for no alert. Well, I will celebrate it live. Thanks for the follow, Fresh. And also, thanks for the sub again, Curdle, which is awesome. Weird Voice says, nope, just writing the story of what the game would be based on. I haven't thought of the gameplay yet, so I'm building the story first. I mean, that's a good approach too, and that's kind of what I did too in the early stages. And you can focus on the feeling of that story to be like, hey, what kind of feelings do I want to communicate to the player, and how would that be viral? I think is the idea here. But yeah, I'm glad you get some sort of start. Once again, like, it doesn't have to be amazing in terms of like amazingly complete, but we're trying our best to make a complete game at this point here. All right, so we have the option buttons here. I mean, when you see this right now, like this, it doesn't scream game. It screams like settings. But you know what? I don't care. Once we actually get the images and all that, that's when we're going to polish. Before now, I really want to test the gameplay. Because the paper play, as fun as the paper play is, I want to see what it feels like on like auto-managed gameplay, right? So, we'll see. Okay. So I'm not going to even worry about the limiting and all that stuff. I'm just going to say, during the select crew page, these things come on. And then I'm going to have to connect toggling. So let me bring one of the buttons over to see what they look like, what kind of signals they can listen to. So we got the crew selection here, option button here. And they have the signal of GUI input. I suppose they have a flag. You're supposed to check their flag whenever there is a GUI input. GUI input. Because I don't think the GUI input triggers unless... Actually, the checkmark is down here, huh? Checkmark has its own thing, I'm sure. Pressed. Toggled. They have toggled. That's what I want to work with. So I think when it gets toggled, I want the entire option button to signal toggle upwards as well, right? I mean, it won't have the context of everybody else being toggled. Unless we're saying, hey, they're in a group. I wonder if the global group would work. Let's see. If I add a group that says... I mean, it'll have to be a scene group, actually. And then call it a crew option. And that's the name of the group. And on toggle, if we say Steely, is that how you say your name? Hi, welcome to the stream. Or is it Stelly? Or St1E? I don't know. Oh, Expended Cuber. Thanks for the follow. See, my notification is gone. I don't know what to do about this. I'm not going to restart the stream because I don't want two separate VOD for this. So I'm just going to have to work with this. But thanks for the follow. Steely says, you seem smart. Are you smart? Stefan. Oh, Stefan. Stefan Lee. Is that what your name is? Did I just talk to you? Anyways, am I smart? I'm not smart. I'm smart enough. And what is smart anyways, right? What's the definition of smart? Ah, does that make me smart? Or does it make me pretentious? That is a question that you need to answer yourself. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is that I'm going to see if the whole toggle thing works. If this group thing works, then I actually need to don't up the signal. I can just be like, hey, get tree, get groups, right? Group. Can I do get group? Node is in group. Node. Get node count in group. That's not what I want. I wish I could see... I mean, that would be cheating if I did that. I wish I could just get all the nodes in group. Get nodes in group. Here it is. Okay. So we got all the nodes in group, and then the group name we're looking for is crew option, right? And then if I say, hey, like, when I'm checking, not on check. Oh, that's a little messy. I don't want to do it on process, but process is polling. That's the only place I know to poll. Maybe it doesn't need to poll so often like the process. Because one way to do it is to do this, right? You say, hey, every option button, do the options. Is there a reduce? Anyways, doesn't matter. I can be like, can I do count? There is a count. What am I counting? Returns a number of times an element is in an array. Ugh, that's not what I'm looking for. I want to like call then count. Ooh, what if I do this? Get tree, and then I do get or call group. Can you route the result of it? No, you can't. You can't pipe it. Yeah, you can't pipe any resulting call groups. Oh well, I'll just do it the old way then. The old-fashioned way. Option in the crew option. We're just gonna say, hey, is option toggled? Is on. And I think the way I check that is probably is toggled here. False. And then it'll probably toggle to match this. And then if it is toggled, var toggled count. And if toggled, it'll count up. Just a second, I see the check going. I'm gonna check in a bit. Just give me a sec. Abyss Angel says smart is infinite for loops, right? It is infinite for loops. Hey Nopi, hey, what you doing up? Is this what time is it in Australia? Expended Cubor says smart is subjective. It really is, depending on the subject and depending on the individual definition. Oh, thanks for the follow, Steph. Steven? Is it Steven or Stefan? First, Steven. Second, Stefan. You do correct me, please. Mikuri says, as is smart in a dumb way. JK, lol. Hey, whatever works. I don't take offense, so it's not a problem. What is you making? Steph says. Second one, Stefan. Okay. I'm making a game. I'm making a game for the game jam that I'm hosting. I guess it's a good time to do a little one of these things. The game jam I'm hosting is a 1 month long game jam. It's not really a game jam. I mean, I made this game jam. I keep telling the story, so people who's been around here is probably tired of this spiel. But basically, I wanted to do a little challenge for myself for my YouTube video, because my main is making videos for YouTube. And I thought it would be interesting to spin some wheels, namely these like genre, theme, and little modifier wheels, because, you know, why not? To come up with some crazy combination of ideas to force myself to make games that I wouldn't normally do. And just kind of like experience things that I'm not familiar with, to learn and to make sellable game. That was the idea. I wanted to make a Steam page. So we did that, and we got the management, seafaring, retro-futurism, emotional. Whatever that means, right? So we got a management game that's themed in the seafaring, retro-futurism theme with the little modifiers that says emotional. So the gameplay that I landed on is basically a ship, the crew management, but it's like kind of space, treasure planet, Prometheus type of thing, where basically you're slowly going insane as you get into the journey of the destination, and you're trying to manage stress of the crew members. That's what I'm doing. That's my game idea. I wonder what the other people what other people who joined the game jam is doing. But I mean, I did paper test play for a few streams, like yesterday and 2 days ago and last week. It's been pretty fun. It's been pretty successful. The way I saw viewers play with me felt good. Nopi says it's 8:48 a.m. right now. Oh, not too bad, actually. I guess the afternoon stream is okay for you, huh? Okay, now I know. I mean, I never bothered to check the time zone on Australia, so. But yeah, that's the game, Stefan. Abyss says, oh, dang, maybe I'll have time to join if it's month long. Yeah, you can. Hey, look. I think winner gets something. Initially, I was like, oh, I want to encourage people publishing the game. So I was like, I'm going to buy a Steam page for the winner. But I think involving money or any kind of costs makes it legally and text-wise tricky. So I decided against that. But yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited to see all the things. Take your sweet time. We're limiting people to be like 3 people in your team. And we're focusing on the criteria of the judging is focusing on like actually judging it as a game as opposed to judging it as just straight up creativity. Expended Cuber says to Nopi being like, nah, too early, go back to sleep. No, that's a normal thing. And I love Snoopy's here with me. While you were gone, Nopi, we just hit our 10 sub goal in Twitch, which is amazing. I do wonder if someone tell me if there's anywhere, like, if you can see, like, goals on the page, if the goal updated or not, the sub goal, or if that's something that I need to do manually. I don't know. Froze Or Furles says, hi, hi. Nopey is laughing here. Got work to do. Exactly. Gotta work. We gotta live. McCrory says, I still have no game idea. No pressure. Just do whatever. I mean, seafaring can be as loosely related as, hey, these are people who used to be in the sea. Who knows? You know. Steph says, by the way, why is your cursor so big? Some viewer from my YouTube Godot tutorial series was like, hey, I'm having a hard time seeing where your mouse pointer is. So can you make it bigger? So I made it bigger so they can see it. I'm slowly getting used to it. I have this trouble of like it covering part of the letters without my intending. It's 12:51 a.m. right now where Steph is. That is 12, 7-hour difference, 7 plus. That's UTC. Somewhere in Middle East, I think. That sounds about right, I think. Or Greenwich time zone, it seems, if it's 12:51 right now. If I'm on point with my time zone. Steph says Balkan. I have no idea where Balkan is, but I'm going to assume that's right. Sub goal and follower goals still not updated, Voice says. Oh, let's see. Let me see if I can update that. Steph thinks I should make the cursor bigger. I don't know. I tried it bigger. It was like a little bit too crazy for me, but it would be comical. That could be the challenge. How about we be like, every time, make the cursor bigger every time people use channel point. That could be a fun one. I'll do that. It's already a little overkill. It really is. I mean, but, you know, if people have hard time following, I have to. I don't like having lyrics in my background music, so I'm going to change it. Right now, I'm looking at my goals. I don't know where to do that. View, achievement, stream summary. I guess this could be under achievements, huh? No. It's probably moderation, stream survey, affiliate. Nope. Power-ups. Channel points? Maybe? I suppose I should get rid of this like community challenge stuff. Whatever. You know what? I'll update the goal later. Whatever. Having that goal achieved, we don't want to move on to the next one too quickly. I think that's enough. Abyss Angel says, we need one of those retro animated glitter cursors. That would be fun. I wonder how, if I can like connect stream viewer reactions and interaction to some of the components of my screen. Definitely needs more clarification. Wow. Mikori says, just make sure cursor bigger and bigger to the point it covers the screen, lol. That could be a fun game, though. Because I think people just, it's weird. Are people just like, I wouldn't call it masochistic. What do you call that? Sadistic. In that they like seeing other people suffer. There's something amusing about that, I guess. All right, anyways, here we are. Okay. Making some progress here. I don't have that many hours. We are on a game jam after all. 1 month long, but it's still a game jam. I really want to get to a playable point today. Crew type, blah, 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 blah. We created it. Toggle on, toggle count is +1. It's counting. You know what? I don't even have to do this here. Because checkbox itself doesn't know if it needs to be like do anything. It needs to be doing anything. So I think on the select crew page, actually, in fact, on the select options page, toggled on. Should I have signal for this? I think every time it gets signaled, instead of polling, it's gonna do event. Because whenever I toggle something on, it's a result of GUI interface, right? That means I feel like the signal will trigger. So anytime somebody clicks in the container, which is right here, in the option page, I'm going to make it so that whenever there's a GUI interaction with the option, I don't care what the event is, right? Because the event is irrelevant. Whenever that happens, check on the group called crew option. So I'll say get tree, get group, nodes and group, and then it's gonna be crew option. Should be called option button, honestly, but whatever. For option in the group, we're gonna say option is toggled, I guess. Is that what we're calling it? Is toggled. Then var count plus equals. I suppose I should probably make it a variable. Var option buttons equals this. Option button and buttons. If it's toggled, I'm going to count up. Plus equals 1, where it starts at 0. And if the count is greater than, or yeah, if count is greater than equal to 3, because I want to only give option to choose 3, then disable all the buttons. I guess I could also do this. If these buttons have ways to disable, func disable equals disable, it'll get that checkbox and disabled equals true, like so. And then I guess I should have enable as well, like so. My goal here is to keep things as decoupled as possible. I'm gonna make sure I'm checking on YouTube as well. There we go. Nothing's happening there. Cool. Voice says, what if we make a custom cursor? That would be cool. Who's making the custom cursor though? Am I going to be working on that? Okay, so if the option has been selected by 3 already, then I think what we need to do is we need to go through. Again, basically same thing. And if it's not already toggled, call disable. Disable the buttons. So we're disabling everything else. And this also means I suppose I should do it this way. So we go through. If count is greater than to 3, and it is not toggled already, then disable it. Otherwise, enable, like so. I suppose that should work. I don't know. We'll find out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it doesn't trigger. I suppose this is a check where I'm like, oh, it didn't treat it as, it's because I consumed it. I think the GUI event is getting consumed because what's happening here is that the checkbox blocks it, I think. So mouse says it stops it. instead of passing. And I think I want it to pass. Yeah. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Invalid access to property of key is toggled. Check button. It's saying check button doesn't have this thing. And what's the check button here? Oh, okay, wow. I didn't even access it this way. Okay. I messed it up here. This is not required. I forgot that I made the checkbox itself that. So when it's getting the nodes that are under the crew option, it's actually grabbing the checkboxes. Sometimes. So it'll be more like... is... I don't know what the checkbox is. I guess I should look at its value. What is it called? Icon behavior, toggle mode, yes. What's a value? Toggled on is toggled. I don't even need this actually. I'm gonna disconnect all. I don't need this. I don't need this. I just need to know its value. I think I need to go see what I can actually check as a value. I wonder if checkbox has a value property as checkbox. And checkbox has property called value? No. Toggled. Toggle mode. There has to be a property that describes if it is pressed or not. Is this it? Only if toggle mode is active. We'll have to figure it out. We're getting there. Let's see. Toggle mode, shortcut and tooltip, shortcut feedback. Nope. Yeah. Button pressed. If true, the button state is pressed. I guess button press is what we're looking for. So if it is not pressed, then we want to disable it. And then otherwise, turn it back on. And instead of checking this, we want to do this. Let's see. Steph says, why is my ad blocker not working, bruh? I don't know. Twitch is a little bit more complicated with the ad blocker, right? Whoa. I guess, interesting. So the GUI doesn't trigger on clicking these things, which is triggering me, honestly. I mean, if that's how it's gonna be, I might as well do it as a polling. Yeah, it's only doing it over there. Is it because it's not growing with it? I did it over here. Oh, whoops. I'm a dum-dum. This was my sample button that I added, not the actual button. I was supposed to do that here. Go input. That's why I was only triggering on the first item. Duh. Alright. So I gotta do all this here instead. Silly. Let's test it out, see if that works. So it still adds. Nice, it's much better now. Okay, cool. So it's like for anything. And then this is where it's gonna come here. It's a button pressed on base object nil. It thinks this is nil because checkbox is not a thing. Let's do one more time. Up and disable. Look at that. I think that's working. Beautiful. Okay. And then for the accessibility, I'm going to make it so that the label being pushed, GUI input, if it is pressed, if event as is mouse input event mouse button, and event as input mouse button is, I guess, I don't really care if it's like left button or right button, do I? Suppose I guess I'll just do it like this. Then also trigger the checkbox. I wonder if I can do that. Yeah, checkbox button. Or can I toggle it? No, I can't. Button pressed equals opposite of itself. So it'll flip in and out. I think that'll work. Here. So like if I click on the body, oh, why doesn't it? Whoa. I did. Connected the GUI input of the label. Does the label not have a size? It does. But it doesn't like to trigger it. Weird. Why is it not triggering? Yeah. Is it because the input is stopped? Mouse. Oh, ignore. Okay, pass. There you go. Let's do a little pointing hand. I want to do pointy hand on this too, actually. Mouse. Pointing hand. Great. The mouse filtering is always a little tricky, but I think I get it now. Steph says, "Why our Weird Voice says use Brave? Is that another? What do you call? What is going on here?" Oh, I know. I know what's happening. Yeah, because it's a mouse button event, even if it's releasing. So it's toggling on press and toggling off on release. That's what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Whoa. Oh, that's right. Whoops. It doesn't obey disable and enable law, which is kind of funny actually. Like I feel like even if I try to set the value, if it's disabled, it shouldn't let me, right? But I guess it does. Weird. I guess instead of disabling just the checkbox option, maybe it should disable the whole thing. Though I don't know. It's a little complicated. I'll just do this. disabled equals false. All right. We have button clicking. Look at us being all button clickers. Fancy. All right. And then we can say, now that we have that, we have the buttons here. And then I think I can make it so that at the end of the options button, we can have maybe a little manual button that says randomize. Like so. And then that's going to, on pressed, select random 3 buttons. Frolad says, "Good job. Thanks for the thanks for the celebration there. That's nice. Oh, nice. Wow, look at us. Maybe this is one benefit of streaming development. As much as you get insulted probably for all the mistakes you make, you do get unsolicited praises, which is really nice." Yeah, fun times are being had over here. So on randomized press, we're probably going to probably do I think what I want to do here is check disable, crew limit, and disable. Because I feel like I'm going to want to use that after selecting 3 here. So on randomized press, what I want to do is actually get the option buttons again. And then with those buttons, pick random. And I don't think it's return a random number, and it's going to... I wish I could say pick random 3 as opposed to just pick 1 random. Maybe I could just do this first. If I do shuffle, then if I shuffle it, it randomizes the order of the array. And then I'll grab the first 3 items, right? So I suppose I should disable everything first. So I'll say for option button in option buttons, because I'm going to have to enable disable everything anyways. I can just go button pressed equals true. If I mean, I could do I, so they'd be like, oh, from I, blah, blah, blah. But there's no difference here. I mean, extra variable. I mean, it'll be I anyways. Maybe I could do that. Everything else needs to be disabled. So else. And we could say var option button is actually option buttons I. And then say I in option buttons size. And if I is less than equal to 2, or less than 3, flip it to true, which means I can just do this. Then that'll be automatically false for everything else. Yep. Lovely. Cool. Let's see. That works. Enhan Codes rated me with 36 viewers. Wow. That is a big number of viewers. Thanks for rating me. Thanks for coming, raiders. There is actually a notification usually for this, and I would have noticed it better, but my notification is broken right now. But thanks for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream as you are ending your stream yourself. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, Enhan Codes. Is that right? Is it Enhan Codes? I'm guessing that's something to do with your name. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Introduction, I suppose. We're working on a game, and I work on Godot mostly. I'm mostly on YouTube making videos. And right now, I have been getting into streams nowadays. And right now, I'm working on the game jam that I am hosting. 18 people joined so far, which is wonderful. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be a game jam. I did this spiel already because somebody asked. But basically, I made it into a game jam because some of the viewers were like, hey, I want to join. That would be fun. Basically, I wanted to make a YouTube video of me doing a challenge of spinning these wheels to force myself to make type of games that I wouldn't normally. It's kind of a little fun challenge. We had the theme, we had the genre, we had the modifier, and then we landed on this. Management genre, seafaring retrofuturism is a theme, and emotional is the additional. Which I was like, what's going on? I don't know what that means. But so far, it's been fun. I was able to do paper testing the other day a few times with the viewers, which has been fun and promising. The type of game I'm making right now is like space journey type of like Prometheus type of vibe, but then like Lovecraftian psychological horror where you have a crew of people that you're managing their stress. In terms of game comparison, I'm thinking like Darkest Dungeon. So there's a mechanics like if they get too stressed, they get psychosis, and that has a certain effect. So yeah, this game jam is 1 month long, so it's pretty long. But yeah, let's see, bunch of chats here. I noticed like last time I got rated big, it was really hard to keep up with the chat. But that is what I'm up to. Thanks for joining. Let's see if you said anything about what you did in your stream. I did. I am working on my web application. Oh, I see. What's the web app about? It's Enhan, like naan bread. Oh, nahan, or naan. Okay. Nahan Code says, oh, you're YouTube famous? No, I'm not YouTube famous. I mean, I have some following, but I'm not like famous, right? I wouldn't say exactly. But I have some viewers there. End of Funkor says, Strawberry Jam? Wow, can't use LLMS for that thing. Large language model. You can use LLMS for whatever you want, but you know, often I doubt the quality depending on the data model. So I don't like this whole like the trend that's going on right now with the LLMS and all that stuff. Where voice says, Ez should give them the Trueberry Folk experience. I have 2,000 points. Are you gonna spin the exercise wheel? Void? Please don't. Frolaz says, what time do you usually go on stream? It varies. It's all over the place. I usually make an announcement. I do have under stream info. I try to plan ahead. So at least for the week, you should see a bunch of stream schedules on Discord. But as of right now, because I am still mainly making videos and games as my main thing, I don't have a regular schedule. I try to spread it out because I have some viewers on Australia, a lot of viewers in Europe actually, and some viewers in US. So I usually try to rotate between early morning my time, Pacific time, afternoon like today, or late night. I try not to do late night too much because late night is really difficult, but 3 different time zones. That's what I do. For all, thanks for following. Once again, I normally have notification, but here's a Discord link. Nan says, I am 4++ noob, still in my transition. It is just simple CRUD app. Oh, I mean, simple app is great. That's where we all start. Programming wise, I have a lot of experience because I I mean, my biggest video on YouTube was literally me being like, I'm not going back to big tech. So if I want to go viral, I guess I could always kind of use that as my thing. It's like, oh, ex-Fang employer or ex-Fang employee talks about blah, blah, blah. You know, I know, but I hate that. I don't want to talk about my big tech experience too much. But my biggest video, let's see, is this one. Why I won't return to big tech job, and it's 111K. And then my first one was when I got laid off from Google from the big tech layoff. And then I just pivoted onto game dev because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I said I would do, and it has been. And I do some tutorials here and there for Godot specifically. Let's see. Yeah. Anyways, Furles, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. And well, I mean, for someone who without experience, you have a lot of viewers, so that's amazing. You must have been doing this for a while now. I'm just getting started on Stream World right now. Nanko says, I got laid off too 4 years ago. Yeah. Well, you got hit by the first wave 4 years ago. 2 years. That's like, I think Facebook, now Meta, started it off, right? That they started first, and then we were over here in like, because I worked in Amazon for like 7, 8 years. Google 2 years, where we're just watching people being like, oh my gosh, Facebook, oh my gosh. And then we're like, oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. They want to reduce the cost of how much engineers cost because it kind of got out of the way, got out of hand for them, I think, is my theory. It's like selling gold because gold price is dropping, so you can buy it cheap. Like sell high, so drop them high when they're high value, so that you can pick them back up when the market is flooded with a supply of engineers now. I think that's how all they see it. Johannes says, holy shit, I think I might have watched your video at some point. Oh, have you? Oh, welcome, welcome. Surprisingly, I actually run into a lot of people who's watched that specific video because in the area is very relevant, right? Because like Google, Amazon, that was happening and everybody was watching and taking interest in the field. I actually met a bunch of people that watched my video and works at, set companies around here in the area and cafes and stuff, which is really weird. Which at the time I only had like 1,000 subscribers or whatever. And still I only have 6,000 right now, but so it's kind of weird to run into people that knows me. 11 months. Yeah, I've been doing game dev since then, or I've been doing YouTube since then. 1.5 years now, I guess, ago. It was a good timing though. It's been the best years of my life, honestly. Not having to work is great, one, and then I get to creatively express myself. I feel alive. So yeah. Where Void with Straw Raiders from Noncodes says, to be honest, oh, I read the literal box that says Raiders from Noncodes, says, to be honest, I love making my own stuff right now, but need the money at some point. I mean, that's my same boat. I'm like slowly, I have the ticking time bomb that is my savings. It's looking pretty grim, but hopefully I'll make it back. I am getting recruited still, but I'm trying my best not to be tempted to interview again. Especially because I made that video of like, I'm not going back to big tech. I can't go back to tech anymore after having said that. Hi, Nimbus. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the follow, Nimbus. Wow, amazing. Sorry for not noticing it. Once again, my notification is kind of off. So, but yeah. End of Phone Core says, don't be shy, non-codes. Your web app is simple but cool concept. It's for building music playlists just for yourself or public. And you can also create playlists with group of friends. That sounds awesome. I love that idea. I need one where you can make playlist of copyright-free music. Because that's my common struggle. And I wish I could pull all the resources I can for like all the streamers and YouTube content creators together and then pull in all these like library full of music that they like to use on their videos. So it's field tested, right? Everybody's field tested the song. Because sometimes even if you do royalty-free music, sometimes they come back and be like, hey, actually it's not royalty-free anymore. So, hey Ricky, if if you do go back, I'll only judge you a little. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, I think people do understand the reality of things, but I don't want to go back. I mean, I would be very disappointed. But I am getting to a point where, like, I'm starting to have the system of video making, streaming, and all these other things where it's becoming a little bit more automatic. I don't have to put as much thought into it. Like, I mean, I still put thoughts into it, but it's not as like stressful where I don't need the entire week or entire day for it. So if I do go back to work, it'll be interesting because now, before the problem was that after work, I can't do anything else, you know, the passion dies, you know, but now I might be able to, but I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Things are looking good though. I got my first sponsor videos for the next few videos, so it's small money, but hopefully that'll grow into something more of a habit and pattern because it's all about making a relationship, I think. Where voice says, ooh, sounds interesting. Yeah, that app does sound interesting. Nimbus High. Hi. Mikori says, no. You say you won't go back to big tech, but you go to small tech. That just happens to be a subsidiary of big tech. You know, that is not a bad idea. Actually, my best experience at working big tech was when I was working in this like small experimental groups. I mean, that's probably why I was the first one to, like, one of the first people to like get cut off, was because it was funny because in Google, I was in this like experimental team. You're probably familiar. I'm not going to talk too deeply about it. I mean, it's not NDA, but, and so basically the direction they were showing, the hands they showed these big techs were basically like, hey, we're going to buckle down and focus only on the revenue generating things. But then the problem is I was in the AI space, actually. The product we were working on was the AI product. And then like 2 months later, the layoff, they were like, oh, shoot, we got to focus on AI now. So I was like, happens. Kado is saying, oh, it's Kado. Is this 1 month challenging going to be on itch? Yeah, I'm going to submit it on itch. I mean, the goal, as I said, is I want to make a publishable game, purchasable game. So I do want to release it with some sort of like option to pay. But, you know, whatever. I'll release it so that it's optional in the beginning. And then I'm going to make it so that when I create the Steam page, it'll probably be like, hey, $5 early access, whatever. I mean, $5 is pretty cheap. I'm scoping the game down so that it's like limited. Johanna says, oh, the Vue.js creator was also in that same place. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were. Which is funny. You know, happens. Big tech companies just treat employees as just assets. So you do what you got to do with that. I didn't have much anticipation. I mean, my reason for not wanting to go back is not because of the layoff or the dehumanization of employee. For me, it's more of the process of finding fulfillment, and the type of fulfillment I want to find is not at corporate, is all. It's just not satisfying for me, especially as a creative person. If you're able to separate yourself and say, hey, work is no place for creativity, and I'm okay to be just normal, average worker, if you can commit to that, then it's a great place. But otherwise, it's a very suffocating place if you want to express yourself a little bit more. Mikori says, whoever wins gets a sub to Az's channel. Yeah. Johanna says, are you saying it's boring as... No, it's not boring. There are exciting parts. I think you can watch the video. No, just kidding. It's old. I had different type of editing back then. But basically, the issue is that it's hard to not care about the products, right? So you make decisions because you care about the people, blah, 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 blah. So you're trying to make something good. But when it comes down to it, a lot of the process is there to make it so that it's less about making a good product, but it's about individual role playing. Like, Have you done the things that you're supposed to do as an engineer? Have you done the things that you're supposed to do in order to get to the next level? Have you, like, it's like, you know how, like, I don't know if you're from America, but if you're from America, there's those like prerequisite tests in order to go to college, like SAT, right? And think about those things are like a lot of times people learn how to take the test as opposed to how to learn information. So you're just good at taking that test. Or even interview process. The way interview process is broken is that you can be really good at interview taking, but you're really bad at jobs, right? That's because people can learn how to interview as opposed to learn how to, like, it's a two separate skill. And corporate is its own skill of like, you learn how to play corporate, and that doesn't necessarily equate with being a fulfilling and good engineer. It's basically on paper. And it makes sense why they do it. They want to de-risk, right? They don't need a superstar. They don't need people to be good. They just need everybody to be just slightly above average. And if there's any risk of there being a deviation from that, then they don't want you. It's not ideal. Thanks for the follow, Ray Style. Restyle? Ray Steele. Restale. Something like that. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Johanna says, sure. Cool Coding Cat says, oh, hi. Hi, Cool Coding Cats. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah. But that's my rant. I was away and I come back and find myself in this raid. Yeah, we're in a raid here. Thanks for giving the little... Ray says, Ray works. Nice. From Noncodes. Yeah, Noncode rated me. It's a great raid so far. It's been fun. End of Fun Core says, I'm jobless too, 2 years now. I'm hopeful that things will work out. Yeah. I mean, I wish there was a world where we can just do all the things that needs to be. Just like a creative fulfillment is all we need. It's funny because I was looking at this research/book talking about purpose. Because a lot of times when we're talking about creative endeavors, we're like, you're not contributing to the society. It's useless. In fact, actually, you don't want to argue against it, because there was a study of like, hey, why do birds like groom and make pretty things, right? And there was a whole thing about like, hey, I think it's because there's a theory about it's like evolutionary reasons. There's like some sort of purpose of desiring pretty things. And basically, long story short, they were able to kind of control the experiment to almost definitely say, no, actually, these birds just like pretty things for no reason. Like if you trace all those things. And that is to give a little encouraging statement to say, liking pretty things or liking certain things and finding fulfillment in creative endeavor doesn't necessarily require purpose. Like you don't need to defend yourself for doing those things, you know? And I'm trying to stick to that. I'm trying not to find purpose on doing things that I find fulfillment with. And I don't engage in needing to defend myself in doing those things. Wow. Hype train. I don't know what that means, but look. Nimbus, thanks for the sub. Wow, another sub. Johannes, thanks for the follow. Noxy Dream, thanks for the sub. Hey, Noxy, wait. You were always here. Hi, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. What is hype train? What is this? Is this like an automatic thing? What the heck is this? Unlockable emote. I'm so noob to streaming. Go to level 1 for emote. What do I do here? More money. I don't know what that means. Hold on, let me try to figure this out. I don't know what this means. This is my first time seeing this, obviously. Weird Voice says, look at the bright side. When things come to worse, we can always start a game studio and name it X-Fang Studio and go wild with it. We are already awesome. That's pretty funny, actually. X-Fang Studio is actually funny. Johanna says, hype train equals you're rising. Oh, that unemployment riz. We're talking about that. Noxie says, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I miss you. Jonas says, more money. Nimbus says, so it's when you get a lot of sub bits donuts back to back. Oh. I didn't even notice all the bits. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know what I can do with it. See, I see this window right here. It says, Hype Train level 1. Do something. I don't know what I can do with this. What is this? I can give myself bits? That's kind of funny. Ooh, we got Nimbus the conductor. Nice. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this Twitch experience. This is fun. I'm learning too. I think I just closed the window. I can't find it anymore. Hold on, it's somewhere in here. Ah, there it is. I found it again. That's funny. Let's see. I'm learning. Johanna says more. No, I already read that. See, I'm terrible at reading chats too. Where a voice says, hi, Noxie. Noxie says, yeah, it's a way to push people to use their Prime or subscribe. Ah, I see. Get on the hype train. Nimbus says, it's supposed to incentivize people to follow suit and get excited and hyped about being here. I'm so glad. I mean, this has been great. This has been a great experience. I'm learning a lot. It was fun. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's see, saying hi. Nimbus, I've seen people put on a conductor hat and get one of those train whistles. That's pretty funny. Wow, I wish I knew all about this so I can be prepped. I wish I had a conductor whistle. Noxie says, so you're doing the jam right now? I mean, your jam? Oh my god. I'm a founder. I'm honored. Yeah, you're the founder of the hype train right now. But yeah, Noxie, to answer your question, yes, I am working on the game for my jam. We've had, I don't know if you saw or, you know, saw the VOD or something. But what do you call? I've been working on this game. We had some playtests, paper playtests, a few days in the last few streams. So that's been exciting. And we got to a place where I'm like, oh, it's fun. So I'm finally actually implementing it. So far, we have checkboxes that disables after 3. Hopefully randomize works. Oh, it does work. Oh, yes. Okay. Now I have the character creation or the crew selection working. This is great. Nimbus says, I'm also a founder sub. Oh, you are a founder sub. What does that mean? Founder sub for the train, right? Is that what that means? Noxie says, do the choo-choo, Captain Nimbus. Yeah, do the choo-choo. What is it? I've seen this where they did the train whistle sound with their throat. It goes, oh! Oh! No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. It's like a weird, like, split voice. Nailed it. Noxie says nailed it. Nimbus says, I'm one of the first 10 people to sub to. Yeah, you are. I was under 10 today, and I just reached my first 10 sub goal today, and it's been great. Yay, he did it. Choo-choo. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Here we go. All right, well, this is all exciting. I'm going to get some more water to hydrate myself, as we need to hydrate through the train ride. Yeah, well, this is great. It's been fun. Wow. Nimbus gifted a tier 1 sub to non-codes. It's their first gift sub in this channel. Wow. That's exciting. Wow. Look at that. Exciting. A lot of things happening here. I have no idea what's going on, but that's great. I think this is all great. I'm thankful for whatever's happening. Interaction means interaction, so whatever. Tyler says, man, being on YouTube is so isolated, but my disdain from ads coupled with my pie holes not working on Twitch. What's a pie hole? Is that like a mini computer made in Raspberry Pi? Means I'm here instead of Twitch, Sedge. It's okay, Tyler. I respect you on YouTube. I mean, that's why I'm streaming on both. Some people prefer YouTube. Noxy says, I really need to follow your stream and to code with your stream in the back. It's going to push me to code more. And maybe, who knows, finish something one day. Yeah. You know, get on board. Get on the jam. Just finish something small. You have a whole month, you know? You don't have to do anything crazy. Just as a challenge. Get your brain going. Get your juice flowing. Did it rhyme? I guess rhyming with ing is kind of lame. Either way. Yeah, let's try it. Sounds fun. Tyler says it's an ad blocker. It is Raspberry Pi that filters ads and other stuff from your internal traffic. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Like an actual external device that blocks ads. That's pretty sweet. Exciting. I love that. Nimbus says, can I ask what the strawberries are for on the side? Yes, you can. This person is gone, by the way. In the earlier days, somebody asked me to draw a strawberry. And of course, as someone who's done like a painterly digital art style, I drew a little bit more like realistic looking strawberry type. A little painterly, not realistic. And then they said, now draw eyes on it. So I was like, okay, I'll draw eyes. But then the type of person I am, I thought it would be funny to draw these like soul staring eyes with a deep set eyes that buries into the strawberry itself. And then it was a whole thing where we were like, oh, hey, draw the family for it. We're going to make different classes of strawberries, make a tombstone representing the strawberries family that has long gone before him. There's a new young night strawberry. So this started the whole obsession with drawing strawberries, apparently. On the next stream, we were like, hey, we're going to draw more strawberries. So we drew this strawberry. But this time I wanted to make it more, less realism, but more like line art. So we made a little Jojo berry. That should be an emote. And then ever since then, we have become a strawberry folk. And I'm the strawberry farmer. And now we have all these strawberry emotes for our subs and followers. Let's see. Let's show off some of them. Some of my favorites are Barry Allen. Gosh, how do I do? I don't even know how to use my own emote. We got Squat Berry because people make me squat. We got the Wise Berry. All handcrafted by me here. But also suggested by my viewers. There you go. That's what we got. That's why we got the strawberries. And that's why it's Strawberry Folk Jam. A berry farm. Very berry farm. Tyler says, yeah, more or less, but it doesn't work on integrated ads like on Twitch. Yeah, I think regular ad blocker also doesn't work on Twitch, and people are like, why is that playing? Yeah. Twitch just said, you gotta play the ad. Give me money. Nothing I do can remove the ads from Twitch. Yeah, and I'm not positive as to why. It's probably, yeah, I don't know. It probably comes directly from the stream sources. This Angel says maybe the Game Jam Award is to get your own personal strawberry. Yeah, that would be fun. Definitely some sort of strawberry emote related to the winners. Let's see. I'm definitely not centered on the screen, I think, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. We said a bunch of chats. Bunch of chats. Oh my god, we're checking if you're an AI or not. Who? Who we're checking who's AI or not? Noxy says, ahaha, never knew the lore behind all that. Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of lore there. Hi, Protoss. Thanks for joining on the YouTube side. I just got raided on Twitch. Some exciting hype trains happening on Twitch, by the way. That's my first time getting that. I'm growing on Stream World. I like stream better than video making in some ways, because like it takes less brain power. Because for YouTube videos, you have to be like really serious with planning and everything. But I gotta do both. Let's see. Primordial berry. Oh my gosh. What about Cthulhu berry? What would it be called? Cthulhu berry? No. Berry Thulu. Berry Thulu. I like that one, actually. Nimbus says, you know what? I'll take it. Yes. Froles says, loving the Jojo berry. Thanks. We definitely need a Jojo berry emote now. Or handsome berry. Noxie with the berries. We got the berry emotes here. And of course, we're Void redeemed Wheel of Exercise. Perfect timing for it. Gosh. Hopefully, or what are we hoping for here? Definitely not Sing for 2 minutes again. Why is it so big? I think we need to reduce the size of the... We got to balance this wheel. Sing for 2 minutes should... Oh, not that. Oops. Not remove slices. That's not what I wanted to do. I got to reduce its size. It's too big, I think. All right. I'm going to spin it, and then I'm going to read the chat, and then I'll do whatever it comes to. Oh my gosh. This doesn't count. We just did this, right? Another one. I haven't had exercise in a while. I got to do it. I'm going to get down to it, but let me know. It's up to you, Void, if you want me to respin or sing. It's up to you. Nimbus. Dab, hey Zeus. Hey, welcome back. And we're here now. Yeah, we're here. People make you squat? Yeah, they make me squat. Is there a fitness goal? There's no fitness goal. The whole point is that as developers, we just often sit on our butts and not exercise. So that's where we're at. And I'm hoping, I've been telling people that we should all work out at the same time whenever I spin the wheel. Void was like, I'm tempted to spin. You spun it. Noxie says, management, seafaring, retrofuturism, emotional. This is the whole theme? Or like 4 different themes? Okay, so the idea was we rolled management as a genre of the game. And then the seafaring, retrofuturism was a theme. So kind of like an aesthetics and vibe. Emotional was just an additional modifier that you can apply however you want. It's up to your interpretation. That's how it goes. Boy says, I use Brave, so I don't get ads. I don't know what Brave is. You got to explain what that means. I spun it. Noxie says, yes, a French YouTuber who switched to Twitch said that a YouTube video takes a huge amount of time to make for maybe a big reward at the end with people interacting, but streaming is more like cool flow of stuff and it's really more rewarding globally. Yeah, and it's less pressure. Streaming, you can work with less viewers. YouTube videos, like if you're getting anything less than 10K, it's not even like, I mean, it's doubtful how useful it is. I'm just building libraries of it, but streaming, even if you get like 10 people, it feels satisfying. But YouTube, it doesn't feel as like fulfilling unless you get like tens of thousands of people. Protoss wants me to sing. Barry Thulu, please give me squats. Respin, okay. Void wants me to respin. Oh, 20 squats. We were just right there. 20 deep squats coming right up. And then I'm going to continue reading the chats because chat's going. But the hope is everybody squats with me. Because I know all of you guys are just sitting on your table or lying down, scrolling on your phone. Let's get that blood flowing. 20. Give me 20. All right. Ugh. I don't know if I like doing this, or this. Go. 1. Side. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10 more. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. All right. There it is. I hope everybody did it. All right, I'm back. Gotta catch up on this here. Team Dura. All right, what do we have here? Ah, so many chats to catch up on. I gotta blow my nose. I'll be back. Also turning AC on because it's getting warm. Let's see. Gosh, there's so much chat going on. Not that I'm complaining, but I hate to ignore anybody. I have to read it. Frola says, "What are you singing for us?" I usually sing Korean songs, but I just did it, so that's why I was floating the idea of respitting. Maybe if you want to hear me sing, you can spin the wheel. Nimbus says, "I would die. I hit the gym twice a day, lol. So please let me just watch you work out." Yeah. How's my... I mean, I have a little butt wink, I'm sure. My form is not the perfectest, but I do what I can to protect my knees. Noxy Dream says, "Okay, I see already. Have an idea." Oh, you have an idea? I'm excited to see what kind of ideas you have. It'll be exciting to see all the games that you guys create. Let's see. Expended Qbar says, Brave is a browser. I didn't know that. I never heard of that one. Proto says it's a browser, I think. Oh, I'm so behind on these chats. I'm getting there. Void says, "As much as I would love the singing, as has already graced my ears, and the squats are too enticing." Indeed. Indeed. Devs for Jesus says, "I'm going to participate in your jam for the last week of it, but for now, I started a new jam today with the theme Momentum." That's also an interesting one. Immediately, Portal. "I'm going to do a paper plane obstacle course." Ooh, that's fun. Paper plane obstacle course. That sounds irate to me, but sounds fun. I love those type of games. "I'm going to do a paper plane obstacle course where you place fans before throwing a paper... Oh, that's a great idea. That sounds fun." Noxy says, "Okay, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited that you got excited enough to do it. Great." Expended Cubar says, "Let's go. Squat squad. I'm just a girl. I want to relax." Girl. Go to relax. Frolas says, "Squatberry." Yep, Squatberry indeed. Hey, if you sub, you'll get this thing. Expended Cubar says, "That was needed. That was needed." I can feel my blood flowing right now. My brain is moving. Maybe I can finish my game after all. See? Depression is being pushed away by the exercise. Dastro Jesus says, "I did the squats with you, Lamau." Yeah, that was great. It was great, wasn't it? Look at us. Getting healthy together. Noxy says, "Ahaha, me too." Love it. Such a healthy stream. Mentally and physically, we're all here. We love being healthy. And if you're not, it's okay too, but we'll work on it. Protoss says, "What is this founder icon next to my name?" Oh, it means you subbed early on before I was 10 sub up. You were one of the first 10 subs to sub. So I think that's what that means. Orve says, "Bury Thulu, for such grace I shall create a magnificent visage of thy incarnation." You're going to make some Bury Thulus? I love that. I'll add that as an emote if you can make one. Noxy Dream says, "At one point you're going to have to give up reading every message, unfortunately, when you're going to hit 99,999 viewers pretty soon." Pretty soon? I think we have a very relatively different definition of pretty soon. But I can only hope. I still want to read everybody's chat. All right, I'm almost at the end. "It'll suffice for body weight squats, lol. Just work that form if you add weight." I don't like actually putting weights on my shoulder for squats. It just feels wrong. I just don't like it. I feel like even no matter how much I try to straighten my back, I feel like the hump, it forces my neck to hump over. And I don't like that. That's why I do barbell or the, what do you call these? Goblet squat, if I do ever do weight. But I know you can't get enough weight for it. But you know, I'm a beginner working out. I can't be amazing. Nimbus says, "Are you secretly a professional singer?" No, I'm not. I just like it. Noxie says, got my book, got my pencil, let's do terrible drawings of ideas. That's the way to do it. That's how we do our game devs here. Where Voice says, he's really good. Thanks. I mean, I appreciate all the nice review of my singing. That's encouraging, I think. Oh, shoot. I think I missed the follow. Hasib Hassan Munshi. Thanks for the follow. That was like 16 minutes ago. Dang, I don't know how that got buried. Thanks for the follow. Sorry. Sorry for not noticing. Notice me senpai is what they say, right? You're getting me excited, Froles says. Jeez, getting each other really excited. You know, that's the kind of stream we have. Nimbus says, wait, now I want to see. I don't know. This is exaggeration, I think. Noxie Dream says, you have to sabotage your own stream if there is too much people on it. You have to, man. I have to? If there are too many people, I have to, like, everybody except Noxie leave. Like, that's what I have to do. Froles says, maybe I'll join the jam. Yeah, why not? It's 1 month long. We have 23 days. I mean, don't worry about the judgment. At the end of the day, I really want people to make something that's like really fun to play. They enjoy playing, as opposed to being like, hey, I want to make it like really presentable and stuff. Only if those things really get you excited. This is the ultimate force yourself to make some crazy stuff without feeling like you're going to get judged. I will judge you, but don't worry about the judge. You know what I mean? Anyways. Noxie says, come on, Froles. Let's go. What? Yeah, let's go. Time for a great stream of ideas. Yeah. Noxie Dream says, if you need input, feel free to ask. Don't fall for the, I don't want my ideas stolen. Yeah, do not. Don't care. Nobody's going to take your idea. Well, except that one very specific use case, but most of the time, no. Furlas says, well, I like the idea of sharing something I made with other people. Yeah, and that's how an idea develops. But I also understand this is something that I always heard and kind of believe in a little bit, where there's a certain excitement in sharing ideas. You know what I mean? Like you feel a little bit of like dopamine hit of fulfillment when you talk about the goal. And that's a known effect, actually. When you talk about reaching the goal and when you're imagining it and talking about how it's going to be, you get the same satisfaction as actually reaching the goal. And I've heard them say that that prevents you from wanting to really strive for it. So then there are extreme cases of people where they don't want to share anything with anyone so that they don't feel too fulfilled early on. But if you're like me, I just kind of got over it. It's like I got to a point of I'm doing this for no one else but myself, so that kind of fulfillment doesn't do anything for me. Which I guess could be a negative feeling. I don't know. Let's see. Where Voice says, check the Discord. There's a clip channel with a snippet there. Oh, I guess somebody could have clipped this one too, I suppose. I feel like personally this one was more in my range. The other one was not. Noxie Dream says, for real, even if someone take your idea, they are never going to make it the same way you did. You would. Yeah, exactly. Nimbus says, oh my god, Void, you have all the secrets. Thank you. Yeah. Burles says, yeah, I agree with you too, Noxie. All right. I think that if you gave the same idea to a bunch of people, they'd come up with completely different stuff. Yeah, exactly. Unless they're really intending to steal your idea. I think there was a drama in Twitter. I remember there was a game developer who was working on a game, and this other developer, asset to asset, like even the look is exactly same as the demo, and he made it and he published on Steam. And then the guy was like, what? Like, everything's fair game. What? Like, you don't... I was like blown away. There was that drama though. But that's like 1 in a million occurrences. Oh, Dova syndrome. Okay, I gotta take note of this. I don't know how to take note, but I gotta take note. Okay, I'll try that. So let's say hi to Nimbus. All right, well, anyways, time to get back to my space seafaring, treasure planet Prometheus interstellar game. Hold on, wait a second. Noxie says the exact same art style of the Game Jam game. Yeah, exactly, exact art style. For example, in Game Jam, same theme, different execution. Yeah, exactly. And concept and stuff, horrible person. That is a horrible. I mean, and that person actually was like doubling down on the fact that they did it. Didn't even deny it, which I guess it's really hard to deny. But it was a more like really proud of it. And it was like, so what type of mindset. Nimbus says, wait, do you all know the meme? Wow, she's really good. I actually don't know. Noxie says, I gotta Google it. That's my reaction to his singing. Thanks. It wasn't even that good, but thanks. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Yes, I am good. Thanks for appreciating my good singing voice. Because I don't wanna be that person. Anyways, all right. So we got this. We have the randomize button working. We can select 3. That's good. Lovely. Okay, so next thing. Now that I can choose the crew, once it gets chosen, I think we gotta do embark, right? There needs to be a button for embark. Where should it be though, positionally? Frolet says, you have my respect for using the light theme on Discord. Everybody's always like, light theme. It's funny because I heard that it's actually by default dark theme. So I actually had to intentionally make it light. The problem is I actually like light themes on a lot of things. I don't know if it's because I have bad dark vision, but it's just like, I like feeling uplifted. I don't want to feel like the night owl. Even in school, I was a, what do you call that? Morning person. My eyes don't. Froles says. Protoss says you're showing your age as. What do you mean? My songs? Did I sing? Yeah, probably. Or are you talking about the light theme? Your light theme is boomer stuff. Hey, get out of here. If you ironically or unironically like light theme, then it's not boomer, you know? It's like stylistic choice. Stylistic choice. It's like wearing gold frame glasses before everybody did. Now Code says light. Hey, you're still here, thanks. Oh, Nimbus is trying to guess my age. That's funny. The one game you don't play with Asian person is, or person of Asian descent is guessing of how old are they. Unless you're Asian yourself, then you get a good feeling. Some of us know how old I am. Let's see. I'll review my age in a bit. Let me let that simmer a little bit in your head. Nimbus says, oh yeah, Nahan's like, thanks for the sub. Light. Aren't you like maybe 28, maybe? No, I'm white as pasty pale type. My best friend is Asian, and I agree. Pro says, I'm a guess mid-20s too. It's funny because Protoss I know in person, so... Should I not have doxed you like that, Protoss? Anyways. Expended. Q-Bar says, 10 plus years of experience. I say late 20s, early 30s, but you look like 20. Oh, that's nice. In fact, I just had my birthday weekend. September 8th was my birthday, and I went to California, went to Universal Studio, actually. Enjoy a little bit of Harry Potter, some Nintendo World. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday message. Weird. I redeemed the same emote twice. Oh, weird. Seems like Rare Void always has problem with the redeeming. I'm sorry that's happening. I wish I could just like gift you. I wonder if I can just unlock emotes for everyone. Is that something I can do? Let's see. that. Manage prediction now. It seems like it's not something I can do. Wait, what is this? Cancel. Oh, I'm such a boomer when it comes to... I started a new goal for 10 subs, apparently. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm actually mid-30s. 35 to be exact. Just turned 35. So that's who I am. 89 was my birth year. Can't you tell from all the things I talk about? Couldn't have had 10 plus years of big tech experience if I was. Well, I guess I could if I was actually early on that. But yeah. Anyways, all right. So what I wanted to see here is... This is a debug button, so I'm not going to do anything. I think I should put embark button right here. So I'm going to do that. I guess I could just say button. Put it at the bottom. Ew. What's going on here? Let's put it VBox container, and I'm adding it on there as a VBox. I guess I should do flow container here. Let's make a vertical flow actually. And then I'm going to put this in here. Hopefully that doesn't mess with anything. I hope not. Let's see what that does, if that breaks anything immediately. Yeah, it is, because it doesn't know where to get it. I'm gonna have to change this to be right here. I think that'll fix it. Oh. I guess I need to change the layout here. We got the margin container. I thought this is doing the full rect. I guess this also needs to be full rect then, because I think VBox container I was doing. Yeah, container sizing. I'm gonna have to expand, and then I'll do this layout so that it fills the width as well. Not that way. Seems like this is the issue. Vertical flow. Yeah, it's vertical flow, so it shouldn't be just flowing. Alignment in the beginning. I guess I'll just give it like 250 minimum. Maybe that'll help. Should it be horizontal flow then? Is that the other way around? I thought, like, no, it's not. It's going like this. Weird. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to make this actually VBox container as well then. So I can just do this. And then I'll make it so that there's no custom here. Doop, doop. Yeah, I think that's better. So I can actually add the button called embark. Oh, I know there's chat that I've been missing. Here it is. Void says, good night, Ez. Good night, Berry Folk. Looks like I hit my limit for today. Good night, Void. Thanks for swinging by and hanging. It's been a fun stream for you and for me. Bye-bye. Doe's still using Wiseberry. Good night, Void. My vision getting blurry. Yeah, you should go to sleep. Noxie says, so the genre is management, theme seafaring, and retrofuturism. And the last one is a modifier. I'm not sure what it means. Okay, so Noxie, for the modifier, it's just like however you want it to imply. It's just like added creativity trigger. So think it more as like story-wise, mechanical-wise. It doesn't matter how you do it, but just as long as you can explain to yourself or others that being like, yeah, I applied emotional aspect and this was my interpretation of what emotional means. It's up to your interpretation, honestly. Good night, Void. Noxie says, oh, Frolas says, I think the modifier's meaning is up to the personal interpretation. Yeah, it is. I have even more questions after your answer. Huh? Okay, so it's like it has to be emotional at some point, right? Okay. You want to cry while streaming every game. Noted. I mean, it can be. It could be emotional as in like emotion as a mechanic, right? For example, I'm interpreting as like, oh, I want it to be like a managing of emotion. I want people to feel in a same stress level as like having to manage relationship with other people, which involves emotional intelligence maybe. And that's why I'm going for this like psychological horror theme where you're managing crews stress level, which impacts some sort of emotional, I guess, whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at least. For less, do you usually create graphical assets yourself? Most of the time, if not all the time. For up till now, I basically made all my sprites. The berry folk here, all the emotes, all the game sprites are usually by myself. For this project, I'm working with a friend who's pretty notable in the pixel art world called Revi. And I'm also working with a musician. This is my first time working with a team, so this could be interesting. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna come up with. That's why I'm not really jumping into like the art, because normally this is the part where I would be already like getting on top of like kind of like the visual representation of what it should look like. So yeah, normally yes, right now no. But if you have questions about some of the asset stuff, or if you have any opinion that you want to share, I'm still up for discussion and chat. All right, so when you click embark after selecting the option, I think it should actually not be on here, should it? I feel like it should be a button by itself. And I think it should have a layout that is anchored, and it should be center or bottom center. Center bottom. And then let's make it big. It's too big. Maybe thinner. And then I'm gonna give it a little margin. So this actually layout will be inherited. Container sizing fills up everything. Margin container is what's gonna decide where it's gonna go. And it will go down to anchor position, which is bottom center. And then I'm gonna give it 100, 150 here. I'll say 100 and 150. Oops, other way around. 150, 100. And this sizing will just fill. And margin container, I'm going to put a bottom margin of 100. No. 50. Yeah. And then I suppose that also means I got to increase. Maybe there is no minimum. Then the children's sizing should have minimum. There you go. Maybe it can be a little bit bigger, 200. 90. Oh, let's go on. Where are you? Where's the button? The button's gone. Where did the button go? Weird. Oh, right. That's right. Because it's full rect, I think I need to keep it under canvas layer for this one specifically. There you go. I think that'll be better. There you guys. So we have the embark button now. I think I'm going to keep it disabled until 3 has been chosen. Oh no, Wheel of Exercise by Noxy. All right, I'll keep up with the chat. Hopefully no actual exercise. I'm actually kind of quite winded now. Ooh. There's an auto mod. I'm going to allow it. But here it is. Catching up on chats here. Do you usually create graphic? Yeah, ooh, okay, get it. Noxy Dream says, can someone define me seafaring? I can't manage to find anything that makes sense. It's kind of like sea, cruise, pirate ship, spacefaring, treasure hunting, One Piece. It could also be fishing ships, or it could be trade ships, or seafaring as a concept doesn't have to be like you're actually seafaring, right? It could be just like, well, these people like to read about seafaring. I don't know, you know. But yeah, does it just mean that it's sea navigation related? Kind of. That's kind of what it means. Just Furless says, just curiosity. I came to game dev from programming, and I struggle with art. I see. Yeah. I mean, I think for art, if you're especially coming from programming world, the only thing that's really important is, I think looking good is all about looking consistent. So if you pick a theme and look, as long as some of that looks transfer over to rest of the assets, and there's a clear focus and defocus. So someone who doesn't have art experience usually struggle with that. Even if you're really good at drawing, that's what some people struggle with, because game art is less about making everything look good. It's UX. I mean, you're probably familiar with UX and UI. You don't want 5,000 buttons. You want to highlight buttons that you want users to focus on. So it's making sure it has like things that needs to have focus are in the major site, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyways, as long as you have that, it feels good. That's why you have stuff like Undertale. Nimbus says, I'll be lurking. I got to help me soldier. Yeah, that's good. Answer me, Godot. Where is the button? I might be dumb, but I can't find a definition for seafaring. Sorry, I'm a dumb friend. Seafaring. Seafaring refers to the activity of working or traveling on the ocean, or working on a ship or traveling by boat frequently. It can also refer to following the sea as a business, trade, or calling. Faring is a nautical term, like an oceanic term, that refers to the process of removing highs and lows from a surface to make it level. This can be done by filling holes, and anyways, those are just kind of thing. So, sea related. I will spin the wheel. Just a second, Noxy. Nimbus, I'm a founder too, Noxy says. Yes, you are. Ricky Ricardo says, I think I knew what it meant before that, but now I don't. Really? Hey, whatever you think it is, that's all that matters. Ugh. My favorite, 5x everything. Now, that doesn't mean 5 times the 10 push-up. It means 5 times the basic exercises. So it is 5 piked, 5 diamond, 5 push-up, and 5 squats. Those are the base exercises. So here we are. We're going to do... It's okay. I mean, we've been doing a lot of legs, so we kind of need to do our arms and upper body a little bit. So 5 piked diamond, push-up, and then squat. Oh, my glutes. Piked first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a regular push-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Lastly, 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Whew. All right. Jeez. Okay. My goodness, oh my goodness. What do I got here? Noxie says, you can do it. I'm not doing it this time. Roles says, good luck. Nimbus says, straight back, sir. Straight back. You're going to become Jojo Berry after this. Roles. It's funny. Good job, Roles says. Thank you. All right, back to the... oh, I already switched it. Great. What do we have here? I really do have a twin brother, so that makes us triplets. Wait, what are you guys talking about? I think I knew what it meant before that, but now I don't. Oh, no, that's not it. Ouch, good. You can do it. Good luck. I don't know what you're referring to in terms of twins, but it's okay. Okay, well, that's the end of the exercise. Just gonna get it so that now the embark button does something. Nothing crazy. The way I've been doing this is that the button press will signal, for this particular case, to the page, which I should probably attach a script. Select crew page. I mean, I don't actually need to define the class for this one particularly. I want this to have page select crew or crew selection complete. And then I suppose this should signal crew information, whatever that means. And I'll do that by doing the embark button and emit that signal right here. Here I will probably ask the options to get me check crew limit and disable on randomized praise, blah, 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 blah. Say func get selected crews. And then that's going to give array of string, which is the name of the crew type. Return. Probably I can do filter on the thing. Let's see. Where is it? Option buttons. Here it is. I'll get the option buttons. And our result is array of string. And then for option button and option buttons, if option, oh, I can't do that actually. Shoot. I suppose I actually need to go through the items that are in there. I have to save it. Get children. And then I wonder if I can filter. Ooh, I can filter. And it requires, I believe I can do lambda on these. Func. This was the cruise. What is it? Crew option button. Button. Like so. And I believe I can do one of these. Like so, I think. And then return. So during the filter, I think if it's true, it passes. Or, I mean, okay. True means filtered. So I'm checking here. If I say func is toggled, which returns bool, is simply a return of its checkboxes button pressed. Yeah. And so here, I'm going to filter everything that is not pressed, meaning don't include it if it's not toggled. Excuse me, geez. And then that is the resulting pressed buttons. And pressed buttons, instead of returning the buttons, I need to, I wonder if there's a convert. No, there's no convert piping in GDScript, it seems. No convert lambda here. Let's see. Johanna says, I almost pushed to master. I lazily copied a command from GPT and I gave me a command. Little did I know it had appended a push to main at the end. That's why you gotta monitor, even if you trust, AI. I'm still old school in that, like, I think AI is a great tool, but sometimes it's just as much work to try and do, like, code review of it, if not more. Because sometimes you can't ask why they did something, right? You can review it, and then you don't get it. You're going to be like, hey, why'd you do it? They may lie to you, just like people, I guess. We got the press buttons, and then from there, I guess, for each. Can I do for each? No, I can't do that. Can I do call? I want to know what all the array operations you can do. I feel like I'm surprised that there's no conversion. Front get typed built-in has hash insert. Pick random reduce. Reduce. They do have reduce. It's probably the reduce. Calls given callable for each element in an array accumulates the result in a. No, that's not it. I knew that's what reduce meant, but remove at, resize. Our find, shuffle, size, slice, sort. Yeah, no. I guess I just need to go through them for button in pressed buttons. It is crew option button, which I think you can just get the crew type. So we'll say var result is array of string. And then you can just go result. Restool. Push back the crew type, which hopefully is the string version of it instead of, yeah, it is a string version. And do that. So we can embark pressed. I'm going to grab, once it's pressed, I think I'm going to grab the select options called get selected crews. And then emit that. One bug here is that it won't check that you have 3 selected. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. But I think it's okay. Let's see. Johanna says, it's 3 a.m. into the morning in my time. Goodbye, Emma. Oh, goodbye. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, good night. Thanks for joining us, Johannes. It's been fun. Let's see. Ooh, it is 5:30. I should probably start closing out. It's been 3 hours. Had too much fun. But yeah. Good night, Johannes. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for all the founders. That was a fun experience. What a successful day. Noxie says, I didn't do much. I only draw a pirate boat and it looks so bad. Hey, you know what? Any progress is a progress. You know, I was planning on how to make the game playable for the first like 5 days, so we're gonna get there. No worries. It's been only like an hour since you joined, I think. So you can keep going. I do need to go soon though. Preferably now. So I'm gonna finish my thought and then I'll say goodbye to everyone here. But thanks for joining. So if I do select crew, Furlat says, I gotta sleep too. Thanks for the inspiring stream. I'll drop by again. Good night, Ezra, and good night, chat. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Good night, Furlaz. Crew page when the selection is complete. Suppose I should do it on the main. Close page, right? I don't want to close the page just yet. I think what I want to do is do state transition. So here I'm going to say state manager variable, game state variable. And I suppose I should add one where crew data is right here. It's going to be var crew. Crews is not a thing, huh? Crew is plural. Whoops. And then I guess, I don't know if I can have a resource for it. Should the info panel be the keeper of truth? I feel like info panel should just be an info panel, right? Yeah, I think it should have crew resource. And it's going to be an array of crew resource as the crew. And so the plan here is on main, the select crew page closed, right? So it didn't close yet. It completed and it signaled that it completed its selection. And then it returns, well, it emits with the crew names. So from the names, I have to grab the crew resources and put it into the state variable. And that's all it's doing. It's just going to set the state variable. And the logic for start select crew is basically checking every polling a certain condition before transitioning. So here it'll be like, oh, once the crew the crew has been selected, like the crew variable is populated, transition into the next state. So I'm decoupling a lot of these logic, right? So it has its own transition, exit, and enter logic based on the state variable. as opposed to relying on a direct call. Kind of like that. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyways, I think this is a good end to the stream today. It's been fun. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I think as of right now, Noxie says, well, you're doing magic for me. Haha. I'm doing magic? Oh, you mean the way that I'm doing the state management? For me, this is the simplest way to do it. Oh. Mikori says, boo, more stream. I know. Sorry. I mean, maybe I should do just morning stream so I can just do it throughout the day. But I mean, it is dinner time. I need to go. Depending on how things work out, I might be able to stream tomorrow as well. Otherwise, I'm going to end the stream here. More importantly, please be on the lookout in the Discord chat for any type of update. Make sure, by the way, if you're joining our Discord, make sure you do the channels and roles, because this determines how you get notified. Because I have a different roles. I notify specifically to the stream viewers versus like tutorial watchers, because there are some other people that watch this tutorial instead. So yeah. And then make sure you do the rules check here. Non-codes, rate to Don the developer. All right. Let's get that raid channel going, or raid train going. Thanks for stopping by, Don the developer. Is this it? Non the codes. If you're gonna stick around, please do raid messaging for me. I guess say welcome and all that. But let's get started on the raid. This is it for my stream today. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Be on the lookout for Discord for stream announcement. I'll update it. It's been fun. Thanks for the raid again, Non. And here goes. Here goes the raid.